and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I normally don't do videos like this in regards to the passing of major public figures, because personally, I'm not one for celebrity worship or putting celebrities on a pedestal. But in this case, this is a pretty big exception. So when I came home last night, or yesterday, and I went on social media and I saw that Neil Peart, the drummer and lyricist for Rush, had passed away, I was in an incredible state of shock. In fact, I'm still having a hard time trying to process this. I've been a Rush fan nearly all my life. This band has been a huge part of my life since I was a baby, going far back as my earliest memory of me being a little over a year old and swaying to the music video to Tom Sawyer. It was their Exit Stage Left performance that aired on MTV. I was fully entranced, not just really by the visuals, but by the music. And then in high school, they became a really big deal to me. They are, without a doubt, one of, if not my favorite band ever. And I was very fortunate to see these guys live back for their R30 tour. I I don't even know where to begin with this. When I saw the news of Neil's passing yesterday, I'm still trying to process this, because this, not only was this man such a brilliant musician, but he was a genuine person. He was a very humble person. The news of his passing from brain cancer that he's had for 3 years is extremely shocking, but at the same time, it shouldn't really be very shocking, because those of us that have followed this band for years would know that Neil was an intensely private individual. So it really should not come off as a shock that he's had a really bad form of cancer for all these years and finally succumbed to it this past week. In fact, I shouldn't even be shocked that they would wait 3 days from the date of his death to announce it. Man, this really hurts. Like I said, Neil was a very brilliant person, and in my humble opinion, a prime example of a true artist. Here was a man who really cared about the craft, about the art. He was mainly in the business because he truly appreciated the art form of music. He was not in it for the fame. In fact, as I've said before, he was an intensely private person, and his other bandmates, Geddy and Alex, did most of the PR stuff for the band, and they were the ones that were out there after the shows mingling with the fans and stuff. And it's interesting, I've actually read an article where, when it comes to their more recent shows, he would, Neil being, he would slip out right after the shows and just go on a motorcycle ride and hightail it to the next tour destination, while Geddy and Alex would stay behind and mingle with fans and eventually make their way onto the tour bus to go to the next stop. And yeah, again, he was a very, very private person, and I can absolutely relate to that. I'm not one for talking about my personal life. So I can imagine back over 20 years ago, when he suffered not just one, but two tragedies, that must have been really hard for him. And I don't know if courageous is the appropriate word, but it takes a special form of strength to endure what he's endured. So, about a little over 20 years ago, he didn't just lose his first child. He also lost his wife, his first wife, nearly back to back within a year of each other. And I just can't imagine having to endure that. But eventually he persevered, and through his perseverance, he met Carrie, got married to her. They had a lovely daughter, Olivia. And it's just, I really feel for his current wife and daughter, that his daughter, I think, is probably about 11 years old. And now she's lost her father. The only solace I can take from this is that now he's reunited with the wife and daughter that he lost 20 years ago, but it doesn't make it any easier, especially doesn't make it any easier for his family or for his friends. And again, I just have such a huge admiration for him, not just as an artist, but as a person, because that's the one thing with major public figures is that I don't care for, is that they're very arrogant. They have such massive egos, and a lot of them are only in this because they're fame whores. And Neil was not like that. And I couldn't help but respect him even more for that. And I I don't know what else to say. I'm devastated. I'm usually not too devastated by the passing of major pop figures, but this one hurts. This one really hurts. And all I can say is my condolences to his wife, his daughter, his friends, all his loved ones, and especially to Getty and Alex, the two that he's worked with for well over 40 years. And it just hurts knowing that we're not going to see them reunited for our 50, because they've done their 30th anniversary tour and the 40th anniversary tour, which was the last, but we're not even going to get to see 50 years. Yeah. So thank you, Neil, for everything, for your contributions, for your brilliant artwork. Yeah. Thank you so much, and you'll greatly be missed, but at least we have the memories of your music. So, and I bid you farewell. And if anyone would like to share their thoughts on Neil, any kind of memories, if you're a fellow fan who's been to their concerts, if you have a particular memory that you'd like to share, absolutely drop a comment. And until next time, dear friends, this is Cynical Lindsay, signing off.